There's one of my loops. It's completely flushed with hot vinegar. Then I flushed it with distilled water. And now I'm going to run the loop with straight distilled for a while. Drain it and do this a couple times. And there should be no problem whatsoever with the reds. Although the first time I did it, it was dirty. But now it seems to be clean. All we can do is wait and see. This is for the Mass Effect build. And the blue wheel you see right there will be changed to white. The red one will be staying, and there'll be red and white Mayhem's coolant. And each side has pastels. So you'll see clear tubing with the red and the white pastels running through. Pretty awesome, I think. So there's the DCP 4.0 in the back, running back there. You hear it vibrating because it's leaning against the plastic thing here. But it's pretty quiet for what it is, I guess. This is the 280 you're looking at, the XTC EK XTC 280. Pretty thick radiator, as you can see. Really nice. Primer Chill red see-through tubing, which I'm going to use for testing purposes. It's going to run overnight. Then I'm going to drain it and do the same thing tomorrow with the other side, just for the hell of it, to clean anything out of the other side. And then we'll do the same thing with the 480. Well, hope you guys enjoyed the pictures and this quick video. I used the distilled vinegar with a 5% or less acidity to it, as you can see right here on the bottle. It's 5% acidity, and it's distilled vinegar. Some people say malt, but I really don't see a difference as long as it's 5 or below. And it definitely does a good job. I heated it up, and not to boil in, but just so it was pretty hot, and I shook it around real good and then let it sit for like 15 minutes. And then dumped it out and flushed it with distilled, and then you've seen what I'm doing now. And this is what I'm using for distilled right now, Poland Spring distilled. And I have another brand, which will be the final brand, I think Acadia. Or I might actually get out and get a PC specific. I know there's not much different, but I'll see if I can find a more pure deionized water, which they had at my old work. Maybe I can get myself like 5 gallons or something, because this gets pretty expensive. I'll probably go through 4 gallons flushing these rads out, just to make sure, because I don't want no problems with the amount of tubing and the locations in the build. And this is my disaster house because of the build. And there's Venom, if you remember her. She's sitting all apart right now. And there's the fatality board with the new hardware, just waiting for the clear block for here so the chrome all matches. And the Sentry mix is sitting there, and everything's everywhere. And there's the Mass Effect build all in pieces, as you can see. The reservoirs are mounted. Here's the pump cage. You can see one pump is actually in there connected, and the other one I have out right now. It's carbon fiber here. There's actually going to be 2 SSDs that'll have the matching chrome black here, which I might put the red. I gotta figure out which way the stripes are going, but the red and white stripes might go across. I'm going to paint, I believe, once I figure out what's going on with that. And here's the cover to the pumps, which is aluminum that I polished. Really nice looking. Still haven't decided whether I'm going to use the custom PSU cover yet. If so, it needs a lot of modding, because I cut a hole in it for Venom build when I was going to do it for the Cougar power supply. There's the fans for the 280 sitting right there all ready to go on. I might do a little more modding. I was thinking of, I might actually, where it says NZXT, carbon fiber there. Still haven't made a decision of what I'm going to do with the back plate, but I have such a self-etching primer, and it's already sanded down to it with a 220. I'm not sure if I'm going to carbon fiber wrap it, or if I'm going to paint it red with the back and the front panel, and leave the top and bottom black. I haven't decided really what I'm doing with that yet. The top, as you can see, the rad's in. That doesn't fit the Switch 810. That is the EK XTC 420 rad. And as you can see, well, if you look in my earlier updates, you'll see I had to make a whole new top plate. And just by looking here, you can see it's a huge radiator. It's very thick, very big, but it gets a lot of airflow, because if you look in there, the front's wide open, and I cut it all wide open, so even the front fan's going to have plenty of airflow. And you can see how I extended, nice and easy to get to my fittings. There's the rear one, there's the front one right there. This is going to be dual loop, but the way it's going to be set up is one side here. When I cut the window, the tubing's actually in there now. When I cut the window here somewhere, maybe a couple slots or something, you'll actually see the red fluid from one loop on one side and the white fluid on the other side. So this will be actually routed, you know, to go down and around. As you can see, I have this little angle here, which will be from the bottom red going up here in this corner, kind of hidden. Which what it'll do is somehow going to mount this here and nice and neatly go up along this edge, and maybe build a little box for it and come up and connect. That was my only choice, was to connect there, so it's going to be a little tricky. Trying to think what else to tell you guys. There's a lot going on. I got tons of mods to do to the front, because as you can see, here's the front bobs for the front, and remember that's two separate, that's not coming from the radiator, that's pass-throughs, and that's two separate loops there. So one is actually the red coolant, and one will be the white coolant, the pastel from Mayhem's. And as you can see, it's cut through, all the way through, to go down to the pumps, to return to the pumps. So we'll return to, not to the pumps, it'll be returning right here where the reservoir will be sitting, and everything will be cut back. Like the Century mix will be cut to about 2 inches, so everything will only go in about 2 inches except for the first reservoir, and this will be all cleaned up and have some nice edging on it. So, and this will be painted, of course. I won't leave it like that, but that's a lot of work there to get all that stuff mounted. And I have to cut the metal up here because I'm not using the front panel. I got something special going there. You guys will see that soon. I got some good airflow going right by the pumps, so when I run the fans, we're going to be all good there. We're going to get airflow right through, no problem. There's no feet on the case at the moment because I'm deciding what to do. I want this thing up in the air. I'm not sure what more to tell you right now. I'm just getting some measurements. I don't like, the pumps are plenty powerful to deal with this wire right here, but I prefer to have a 70 set up on it. 70 degree angle, I mean 45s. It would just make it a smoother run from the pumps to the res, since they're being bottom fed. A lot of people debate this, but that's the way I'm running it. That's the way it's been running in Venom. This is only to add more coolant. It's not as an actual reservoir. It'll fill from the bottom, fill up. Will give mostly a cool effect, but it will also add that much more coolant to the system. And if you're doing a benchmark or a quick overclock, the coolant definitely helps when you're up around 5.3 gigahertz. So lots of work to do. As you can see, the top is the top, nice and neat, and I can actually give you a peek since I don't usually make videos, so I feel kind of like a meatball doing it, but you can see everything's modded. The tubing's in there. That's actually coming from the red. The other side's plugged, so there's one loop there, and it goes across and up forward Can't really see it, but right in there, you see it goes into a fitting right there. That's going through a pass-through. Same thing on this side, and the coolant goes underneath. Nice and neat. I was damn lucky. A lot of chopping, a lot of cutting, and believe it or not, the original top still snaps on. That's just amazing. Don't know if I'm going to be using this top. You all seen the louvered top I made for it, but sorry about the lighting in here. I know it's horrible, but you guys seen the louvered top. I love the louvered top, but time-wise and the surprise I have for you guys, what might be sitting on top, if will be a lot better. So we'll see how that goes. Front panel's off because that's being modded right now, and this will all be in carbon fiber. All the black will be in carbon fiber here. The flat black will stay. I got some pretty cool light stuff going on. There's the 2 SSDs sitting right there ready to work on. That's actually the Venom cage, which is, the Venom SSD mount, which is going to be basically the same, hopefully. Is what I'm planning. And actually one of my other plans, which you can see is going to be a huge project too, is right here where this opening is. I want to build a box with my project bended I built. You can see the holes already drilled in the plate for it. It'll come in just about an inch maybe, or 2 inches, and that's where I'll mount a 2 terabyte or something like that. It don't need much. This is built for a gaming computer. I mean, that's all this is. It will be running, unfortunately, an external hard drive. External DVD drive. There's no way to really fit one. I could fit one, but the way I'd have to do it would be pretty messy. Sorry there ain't much here to really show you, but if you actually look underneath, there's some major modding. It's just, if you actually look inside is where all the work is done. But if you see in there, that's where the work is all done. But it's hidden. But that's the idea. It's going to be a really clean build, and it's going to be really cool. Something that hopefully you guys haven't seen before. And I hope you like it. And one more goodbye to Venom, which is the one that got me all this help from NZXT and MNPC Tech and Bill Owen, of course, and Primachill at Tyler Industries, and all of them. NZXT, you know who they are. I don't want to miss anybody. Mayhems, EKWB, and there's a bunch more, but I don't know. You'd have to check out the site for that. There's my pile of sponsored stuff. Just so you guys know, it isn't all sponsored. It isn't all free. I spend a lot of money on a lot of the stuff I build. For instance, none of this is free. I paid for it. They do help a lot for the build because the build is so expensive. My cards, that whole setup was mine. But as you can see, there's boxes everywhere, and that's how they helped. This is my attempt at starting stickers. This is just on original paper, but I have real vinyl coming and a $500 laser printer, so we'll see what we can do with that. And let's just check on the water cooler one more time. Give you guys one last peek. That's going to be in the front. Will look pretty cool. If you can picture the Mayhems on both sides, the white and red wheels spinning. And hope you guys enjoy it. And this is also mainly making this video just to show you guys how much I'm actually flushing these radiators, and I'll actually flush every piece of equipment before this thing goes together, so we'll know what is causing the problem. I don't know if some of you debate the vinegar, but I don't know, I heard that was the best way to remove flux, and that's what I'm doing, and it makes the most sense. But I am flushing it out with, like I said, at least 2 gallons per radiator of distilled that will be pumping through after the vinegar, just to make sure there's no signs at all in anything. Alright guys, and I can bring you one more thing, and I'm just gonna be quiet because my wife's sleeping, but I'll sneak in the other room and show you Requiem.
He's here because he loves you. He wants to patch things up. Hey, how come you ain't got boobs? You like a runner or something?
Who's this then?
He's just a friend trying to help.
Look, Billy, I don't care what you or your fat friend here has to say. It's over.
Oh, wow. Thanks for trying. I knew she was listening. Well, maybe so. I know someone she'll have to listen to.
Hey gang, I'm Aquaman. Get back together.
Sorry I had to be silent there, but my wife and kids sleeping right there. And hope you guys enjoyed this video. I kind of feel stupid making it. I don't usually make these videos, but I wanted to just show you guys a little what I'm doing. This is MybadOmen, and I'm out.